The Bible is the only infallible, authoritative source for Christian faith and practice. Anything besides the one true gospel is bad news. Point number 2, anything besides the one true gospel is bad news. Anything besides the one true gospel is bad news. I know these points are really deep, aren't they? But let's read this next section. This is verses 6 through 9. I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting him who called you in the grace of Christ and are turning to a different gospel. Not that there is another one, but there are some who trouble you and want to distort the gospel of Christ. But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach to you a gospel contrary to the one we preach to you, let him be accursed. As we have said before, so now I say again, if anyone is preaching to you a gospel contrary to the one you received, let him be accursed. Oh, snap. Shots fired. Immediately after summarizing what the gospel is in just a sentence or two, immediately after doing that, Paul comes out swinging. I need you to understand the severity of the language that he is using here. This is obviously very close to his heart. This is something that matters deeply to him. He cares about these people and he sees the danger that they're in. And he expresses shock in the fact that they heard this gospel message, this one true gospel message, just like a year or so ago. And now they're so quickly turning around from it and saying, oh, there's something else. And now they're entertaining the crazy idea that the one true gospel message isn't quite enough. It's not good enough. It's not sufficient. These people that he almost died for are listening. They're listening to this group that is telling them that they have these other things that they have to do on their part in order to truly have salvation. So he points out the grace of Christ is the one true gospel, yet the Galatians are turning to another gospel, something different. And something different, that's not good news. That ain't good news. There is no other good news. It's not grace plus. It's not Jesus plus. They're playing with fire. So in verse 8, he drops a hammer on them. He says, look, you heard the one true gospel, and so even if I came back and told you something different, or even if an angel from heaven came back with something different, it is a lie straight from hell, and anybody that's preaching that, then may they go where that lie came from. I told you this is some serious and severe language that he's using here. When he says, let those who are preaching anything different be accursed, he is saying, may they be damned. Now, I know some little ears in here just perked up, and I want you to understand something. The language that we use, it matters. Paul wouldn't just say these things just so he can say a bad word. He's saying it because it is serious business. That word for accursed is the word anathema. Anathema, the Greek word anathema, and it's strong wording. Paul is upset. And he's not just upset with the people that are doing this, because we know that in a later book of Ephesians that he writes, where our battle is not against flesh and blood, but it's against spiritual forces of evil. Paul is calling out where that evil comes from and where it should be confined. It should be damned. It should be set aside for hell. Let it go back to where it came from. And here's the thing. We have to be careful about what we preach and what we teach, and what we're willing to open our ears to, and what we're willing to listen to, and what we're willing to follow. Because if we start throwing around false gospels and going off of just our emotions and what we want to hear, we start thinking that we can do something for our salvation, that we're good enough. It's bad business. It's dangerous. And so just a side note so you can understand like how serious this is that what he's talking about. I want you to hop back to where he said, even if an angel comes from heaven with a different message, don't listen. When he's saying that, the point he is making that a true angel of God is not going to do that. Might be an angel, but it's not from God. Jesus' grace is sufficient. Now, do you realize that an angel coming and sharing a new gospel, I want you to take this into consideration. About 550 years after this letter was written to the Galatians, about 550 years, there's a guy who goes out in the desert and he's sitting in a cave and an angel appears to him. You know what came from that? Islam. Because this angel came and said, hey, here's some extra. Sprinkle that on top of it. About 1,800 years after this letter was written, there was a guy that was out doing looking for some artifacts and stuff here in the United States. His name was Joseph Smith. And an angel appeared to him and said, hey, you've got that gospel. I've got a little bit more for you. What came from that? Mormonism. Guys, Paul called that out. How many hundreds of years before? It's serious business. Don't just take the word of a man or even an angel when it comes to your faith. Get it from the one true source in full context. The Word of God, sola scriptura. The Bible is the only infallible, authoritative source for Christian faith and practice. Anything besides the one true gospel is bad news.